Welcome to our channel. Today, we will explore an exciting journey of harvesting and farming salmon, one of the most popular marine fish in the world. From choosing the fish breed, creating the ideal habitat, to professional care and harvesting techniques, we will take you through every step of the process. Follow along and discover the secrets behind the success of salmon farming. Open net pens, found offshore, in coastal areas or in freshwater lakes. Open net pens, or cages, are considered a high-risk aquaculture method because they allow free exchange between the farm and the surrounding environment. Salmon are often raised this way. Open net pens allow free exchange of waste, chemicals, parasites and diseases. In addition, farmed fish are susceptible to escape. Farms can also attract predators, such as marine mammals, which can become entangled in the fish farm net and drown. Ponds are semi or fully enclosed bodies of water. Tilapia and shrimp are often raised this way. The waste produced must be filtered and treated to be considered a low-risk method. High-risk pond farms discharge untreated wastewater, polluting the surrounding environment. They can also cause serious damage to habitats. For example, shrimp ponds are a major cause of mangrove destruction. There are 3 main eco-certifications for farmed seafood products, including those produced using these high-risk methods. Learn more here. Closed systems. Closed systems or closed farming methods use barriers to control the exchange between farms and the natural environment. This significantly reduces pollution, fish escapes, negative interactions with wildlife, and the spread of parasites and diseases from farms to marine and freshwater ecosystems. The most common types of closed systems are raceways and recirculation systems. Runoff water is diverted from natural streams or wells. Raceways are often used to farm rainbow trout. To be considered a low-risk method, waste must be treated and fish escapes prevented. The water in these systems is treated and recirculated, with minimal discharge. Almost any finfish can be farmed in a recirculation system. Common species farmed in this way include Arctic char, striped bass, grouper, sturgeon and increasingly salmon. These systems are designed to treat wastewater before it is released into natural waters, reducing pollution, disease and the transmission of parasites. Escape is virtually impossible, with appropriate barriers built into the facilities. Farmers farm mollusks on beaches or suspended in water on ropes, plastic trays or in mesh bags. Mollusks farmed in this way are filter feeders and require only clean water to grow. Oysters, scallops, mussels and clams are farmed in suspension systems. Farming mollusks in suspension aquaculture is generally low risk, if the species being farmed is native to the area and if the farm has sufficient water flow to prevent waste buildup. Salmon is a versatile, readily available fish with good nutritional value. As a farmed fish, salmon is caught and available all year round. Most of the salmon we buy in supermarkets comes from New Zealand King Salmon, based in Marlborough, which produces the Regal, Southern Ocean and Sea Smoke brands. King salmon, also known as Chinook salmon, is a type of salmon farmed in New Zealand. King salmon is different to Atlantic salmon, the world's most popular salmon. King salmon has the highest natural oil content of all salmon and more long-chain omega-3s than Atlantic salmon. Long-chain omega-3s have important benefits for heart health. At the New Zealand King Salmon hatchery in Takaka, salmon families are carefully monitored to avoid inbreeding, and the fish are bred to produce the best, most consistent results. Eggs hatch into fry, then salmon. At this stage, they are raised in large tanks called races. At Takaka, the hatchery is located next to Te Waikoropupu. Which has some of the clearest water in the world. The water here remains at 12 degrees Celsius all year round, making it perfect for growing baby salmon. Each salmon is recorded and tracked throughout its life so that every final product can be traced back to the egg. There is no genetic modification involved in salmon farming in New Zealand. When the salmon are about a year old, they are transferred by modified water tankers to offshore farms, where they live out the rest of their lives. In the wild, salmon swim out to sea. New Zealand King salmon farms are located in the Marlborough Sounds, where the water depth, quality and temperature are suitable for fish farming and conditions are sheltered from wind and waves. The salmon live in large net cages at very low density, about 2.5% salmon to 97.5% water. Salmon are fed a high-fat, high-protein diet consisting of pellets made from fish meal, fish and poultry oils, vegetable proteins, and cereals. One of the provitamins in the feed is astaxanthin, a carotenoid pigment, which gives bright pink salmon. This is the original bio-injected version of the natural pigment that salmon would get from krill in the wild and is essential for the health of the salmon. The salmon live in sea cages for a year to 18 months before being harvested when they weigh around 3 kilograms. This is the stage just before wild salmon want to swim upstream to spawn. Static. They are then humanely killed with a head-butting machine. The recovered salmon are bled immediately by cutting below the gestation. They are then immersed in a muddy ice pack and transported to the coast for processing. Each day, The fish harvested from the sea farms are brought back to the Nelson coast for processing. Whole fresh fish are gutted, cleaned and packaged for distribution across the country and overseas. Other cuts include filleting into sides and portions or cutting into steaks. Recovered salmon can be in supermarkets within 24 hours of collection and shipped overseas with within 48 hours. Salmon intended for smoking is typically smoked in a brine solution and either cold smoked, low temperature smoking, or hot smoked, high temperature smoking, before packaging. This is different from salmon farming overseas. Many of the scary issues you may read about online regarding salmon farming elsewhere in the world are simply not an issue here. As New Zealand salmon are not affected by any of the diseases that affect Atlantic salmon elsewhere in the world. No drugs, chemicals or antidotes are used in salmon farming here. New Zealand salmon are also naturally resistant to sea lice, which has been a reported problem on farms overseas. Historically, fish meal has been the main ingredient in salmon feed formulations. However, concerns about the sustainability of this feed, more fish need to be caught for feed than farmed. Have led to a shift to other sources, including plant protein, creating a more sustainably farmed fish. New Zealand king salmon says it is now a net protein producer, i.e. it produces more fish than it uses in its feed. On the environment, the impact of the farms on the seabed and surrounding marine life is also closely monitored. Farmed fish are fed a diet specifically designed for their nutritional needs. This food contains all the essential nutrients needed to keep them healthy and growing. This food is usually in the form of dry pellets, similar to dry dog food. Nutritionists who design fish food must take into account the approximately 40 essential nutrients that fish need. These include vitamins, minerals, amino acids, the building blocks of protein, and some fats. We are supplied in feeds through an number of ingredients including fish meal, fish oil, plants, and animal meat. The goal of the NOAA USDA Alternative Feeds Initiative is to identify alternative nutritional ingredients that will reduce the amount of fish meal and fish oil in aquaculture feeds while maintaining the health benefits of farmed waters. It appears that this initiative is working. For example, it is estimated that fish meal in salmon diets has decreased from 70% of the diet in 1980 to about 25%. In 2017. Do all farmed fish eat the same feed? No, the nutritional requirements of different options vary. Herbivorous fish eat a mixture of feeds that may contain plant proteins, e.g., soy, corn, vegetable oils, minerals, and vitamins. In the wild, carnivorous fish like salmon eat other fish. Therefore, feed formulations for farmed carnivorous fish, as well as many grass-fed fish, include fish plant proteins, minerals and vitamins that meet the nutritional needs of fish and provide health benefits for humans. Traditionally, carnivorous fish diets have contained 30 to 50% fish meal and oil. However, these ingredients are not mandatory. Ongoing research has led to a significant reduction in the reliance on these ingredients to the point that even some carnivores are not fed fish meal or oil. Why use fish meal and fish oil in farmed fish diets? While fish and shrimp do not require fish meal and fish oil in their diets, these ingredients have a near-perfect balance of some 40 essential nutrients that animals need for health and growth, which is also why seafood is good for humans. Fish is a natural and balanced source of high-quality protein, as ingredients in aquaculture feeds, fish meal and fish oil provide essential amino acids and fatty acids reflected in the normal diet of fish. Fish oil is the main natural source of the healthy omega-3 fatty acids, eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA.